Hi, I'm Genevieve and welcome to Vieve Living. Today we have some really special guests. We're here with the lovely Estelle and her gorgeous little daughter Jasmine, and I'm here with my sweet little girl Farah. And we're talking about Yoga Bears. Estelle's the founder of Yoga Bears, which is based in the UK and in Spain on the Costa del Sol. And Vieve Living, we're not only about looking good, we're also about feeling good, and really importantly, we're about doing good. And yoga is something I think it's a really do good for you and your kids. It's a lovely thing to do together. Welcome, Estelle.
Yes, well, Yoga Bears is a concept that is especially designed for children. Yoga Bears is like no other yoga because not just does it focus on the physical, it focuses on the whole child, so body, mind and soul. We use the ancient philosophy of chakras and we put a modern spin on it. So the modern spin is superpower. So all children can understand what superpowers are. So each Yoga Bear has its own superpower. So for instance, we have Anahata chakra, which the Yoga Bear relating to is Hatha, and her superpower is love.
And we've got some lovely little bears having a tea party with us today as well. Do you know, I think we're also in such a challenging time with social media, iPads. It's a struggle, I know, for all of us parents, limiting or minimizing the amount of time they spend on tablets, but we have got busy lives. And my feeling as a psychologist is this is one of the main sources of kids having a lot of anxiety these days as well. You know, a lot of extra unnecessary added time on tablets or on the internet. And I really think that yoga is something that we could step out of that for a moment and do and express and share with our children as well.
For sure. I mean, obviously you don't need anything else. All you need is yourself and your child to do yoga together. I mean, you don't even need a yoga mat, you know, it's not necessary. You know, if you do have it, it's amazing. But I just think it's knowing that all you need is you. Yeah. That's it, that's all, and you are enough. And I think in a world where social media can create this image that is not real, it makes us feel like we're not enough, and I think it is creating a lot of mental health issues and anxiety. So it is just really good to you know, to draw back, to connect to ourselves, to ground, and to know that we are enough.
That's lovely. It's a really lovely thought, Estelle. And a lot of us with our busy lives, we forget how to just take a breath, just step back, ease the pressures around and just take a breath. And even lovelier, take a breath with your kid as well. Yes. I mean, when we're functioning well, Farah and I, when we're doing really and we're organized and we're functioning well, we wake up in the morning with our yoga mats in the bedroom. We don't have to go anywhere big. And we do our favorite poses, we do some sun salutations, and we feel so good when we do, don't we?
Yeah.
As well.
For sure, and I think by doing good by your family, you're actually encouraging your children to then go into school and be kinder, you know, to be more patient and to understand that, you know, sometimes when people and children are acting in a certain way, we just have to be patient with them and send love, and I think that's the greatest tool that we have, is just to spread love.
Yeah. And I would say as well, even my husband and I, we did yoga 3 to 4 times a week together at one point, and we found the space in our lives to do that, and it was fabulous. It was so balancing, and it kept us so connected as well, and you know, and it really helped us to breathe into life, into a lot of changes that we were having as well, and so I think all around yoga with the family is a real family do good.
Yes. Yeah, it's that family connection, and that's why within our Yoga Bears community we have Yoga Bears family workshops. So it's a great way to introduce families to yoga. It's a great way to get them to connect, and it's also lots of fun.
And you've got a favourite yoga pose, Farah, haven't you?
Yeah.
What is it called?
The Burj Khalifa.
Can you show us the Burj Khalifa?
Wow, the Burj Khalifa, is that a Dubai pose?
It is a Dubai pose.
Oh, beautiful.
Very good. What else? What's the other name for that pose?
It could also be called a candlestick.
And how about you, Jasmine? Have you got a favourite yoga pose?
My favorite yoga pose is pray.
Can you show it to us? Lovely.
Beautiful.
The tree is very grounding, isn't it? And that, I mean, and I do a lot of trauma therapy for adults, and that's a really, really important part, actually, of trauma therapy. It's actually feeling grounded, and there's such a huge connection, I mean, that with yoga and breathing and understanding your breath, which I'm sure is long-term one of the best ways to help combat anxiety in adults and in children as well.
For sure.
Breathing.
I think we rush around, especially as busy mums, you know, we go from one activity to another, do the school run, straight to the computer, then do the shopping, straight home again, you know, and you can find that your breath will become very laboured, which creates this feeling of anxiety. Whereas if you know with Genevieve, if you just be still, take a breath, it all becomes so much easier and better and calmer.
Yeah. And my husband and I, we did yoga for three to four times a week for a couple of years at one point, and that was actually when we were probably at our healthiest and our fittest and our strongest as well, mentally and physically. And thank you. Thank you. We're going to do some yoga, girls.
Shall we?
Yeah, with our little bears.